Welcome to yet another lab. This time we're going to be focusing on loading data into a warehouse using T SQL. This lab should take you approximately 30 minutes to complete if you're unfamiliar with Microsoft Fabric, but should take you considerably less amount of time if you are familiar with Microsoft Fabric already. So let's start with the first item in this exercise, which is creating a workspace. As usual, to create a workspace, we're going to go to the left pane and look for workspaces icon, click on it, and go down to the bottom to the plus new workspace button. This is going to be called DP-600 Lab 6. Make sure by clicking in your advanced section that you have selected either trial capacity or premium capacity or fabric capacity and select apply. All right, and here is our empty workspace. The next step is going to be to create a lakehouse and upload some files. So let's click on the plus new item button and look for a lakehouse, which should be in the store data section. And we're going to call this DP-600 Lab 6 Lakehouse. All right, and we have the sales CSV file already downloaded, so we're just going to upload it directly in our file section. Just going to look for the sales file, which is right here, and open it and upload it. We can verify that the sales table is already there by clicking on the files section and then seeing that the sales CSV file is there. All right, let's go to the next task, which is creating a table in the lakehouse. So let's go back to our Explorer. And actually, let's go to our sales.csv file and click on the three dots and load this to a new table. We're going to name this table the staging sales table, and everything else looks good. Use header for column names and separator is a comma, and load. There you go. We have our table created. Let's go and take a look. Just going to refresh my lakehouse. And there we have my staging sales table. The next step will be to create a warehouse. Let's go back to our workspace. And I'm going to click on that plus new item button and look for a warehouse this time. And I'm going to name it DP-600 Lab 6 Warehouse. That should take a minute or so. And now we have our, I'm just going to refresh this so my schemas can load. There you go. I have all the 4 default schemas, and let's go to the next task, which is creating that fact table, dimensions, and the view. So we're going to select that new SQL query and copy and paste the code provided to us to create a sales schema and create tables in that schema. So let's run that. And you can see now we have a new sales schema, and in that sales schema we have some tables. Let's refresh this. There you go. I have my dim customer, dim item, and fact sales table. All right, let's go to the next step. Let's open a new SQL query. And now create a staging sales view. Here we do need to update the lake house name. What is a lake house? What is our lake house's name? It was DP-600 Lab 6 staging sales. So now let's refresh this again. And here we have our view, which is called staging sales. Great. All right, now we're going to load data to the warehouse. And in this, for this, we're just going to create a new SQL query. And this time we're going to be creating a stored procedure. Here. Okay, so we're going to create a stored procedure called load data from staging, which is going to insert into my dim customer table, insert into my dim item table, and also into my fact sales table. So I'm going to run this to not execute that stored procedure, but create that stored procedure. All right, so there you see, I have created my stored procedure by executing this command. To execute that stored procedure, we're going to use another SQL query, and this is going to be the simple command to execute that SQL stored procedure. In this case, we are loading data only from the year 2021, but you could modify that and load data from the previous years as well. Now that's completed. Let's actually see if this data is loaded. We're going to run a new SQL query. And we're going to see only for the year of 2021. Let's see if we have some data in there. There you go, we have some data. If you can recollect, we had created these dim tables and fact sales tables, but we had not yet added any data in it. The data has been added through the stored procedure, which takes data from the view and inserts it into your different tables. And this is the output of that after running that stored procedure. Let's run a new SQL query. And this time we're checking against fact sales and the dim item. And there you go. We have all the items as well. And let's do one more query with some ranks as well. And we're using over here all the three tables, the dim customer, the fact sales, and the dim item. Oh, sorry. Let's run that again. There you go. All right. So we have over here the top customer for each category. So my top customer for bikes is Carson Butler. My top customer for helmets is Haley Patterson. And my top customer for Joan Coleman is, for gloves is Joanne Coleman. All right. And with this, we are come to the end of this exercise. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another.